guess how many enquiries we got?
We already revealed. You know what? Guess we already said it. It's one week, one viewing,
okay,
one.
Yes, correct.
Hi guys, welcome to another episode of the Locked It series where we share with you how we sell listings at top record prices. For those of you who's looking to make a move and wondering what's your next step, feel free to reach out for a free valuation report here. Today, we have Mr. Charlie Goh, who sold a Clementi HDB with a one view, one close, again and again and again.
One view, one close, one enquiry.
Yes.
Yes.
One inquiry, one view, one close.
One of the craziest sale I've ever did.
1 week.
1 week, yes.
So we were challenged to sell this listing within a week.
Yes, because the seller had a timeline to sell. Yeah.
So, okay, first, how did we get to meet this owner?
Okay, so this lead came in through a referral. Okay, and me and my colleague were supposed to serve this lead lah, right? So because we work in a team, I mean, fun fact, if you guys don't know, we work in a team.
Yes.
So we are the sell side team.
Yes.
And then there's also the buy side team. So both of us will serve this client together. This client wants to sell his newly MOP'd HDB and then move on. He wants to asset progress lah, basically. Because this HDB is at Clementi. It's newly MOP'd. It's right next to the Clementi town centre. It's very, very convenient. Very, very convenient. So the prices there are quite high. He wants to cash out and then go into SPRINGLEAF residence.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the thing is, of course, SPRINGLEAF residence, the price is very good.
Yes.
So the thing is, if he misses this window, he cannot go for SPRINGLEAF.
Yes.
Yeah, he needs to sell the HDB so that he can go for SPRINGLEAF. And this lead came in, right, I remember it was a Wednesday.
Yes.
SPRINGLEAF.
Can you share when you met this client first?
Yes.
And then when was the time he had to sell it by? And how long this marketing took?
Okay, it's really quite crazy. So Tuesday,
this was early August?
This was early August, yeah. So we met this seller on Tuesday. We had 1 week, literally 1 week, because the launch of SPRINGLEAF is the next weekend already. And it's about purchase. So it's on next Friday.
Yeah.
So the option has to be issued by the latest is the next week, Wednesday.
Yes.
So technically speaking, 1 week and 1 day lah.
Yes.
So when I met them on Tuesday, right, I was told about this timeline. I was like, wow, it's very difficult. Because number one, we want to sell it at the best price.
Yes.
Right? Of course, if we want to sell it fast, we can sell it cheap.
We wanted to balance selling it at a good price versus selling it cheap, but also selling it fast within 1 week.
Yes, which is really crazy. Okay, so I said no guarantees lah.
Challenge accepted.
Yeah, I mean no guarantees. The best, what we can do is, we can just try our best, right?
Yes.
Marketing wise, we try our best. And then we try to reach out to as many buyers as we can. If we can sell it in 1 week at a good price, great.
Yeah.
If really cannot, then no choice. They probably have to go for the next project. They cannot go for SPRINGLEAF.
Yes.
So these are a lot of things. It's not in our hands already.
When you first met the owner, you did a pricing analysis.
I showed them the pricing analysis.
How much was the unit valuation? How much were the transactions? And how much did we try to target for this unit? Okay,
so the transactions, right, on the higher floor, there was one unit that was just sold on the higher floor at 1.2 M. Valuation on SRX, rough valuation, is about 1.17 M. Okay, so I did prep them lah. Of course, they also wanted a good price. Every seller wants a good price.
Of course.
I said, let's try. We list it at 1.2 M first. And then we see how the inquiries coming in. Yeah. Okay, so we tried. We took the photos. I did a little bit of virtual staging and decluttering lah. And then we posted it online, listed at 1.2 M.
And are there other listings in the market as well?
That's the thing, because it's a bit tricky because it's a newly MOP project ma. Yes. Right? So a lot of...
It's like newly TOP projects. You would have a lot of listings.
A lot of
Same
listings.
with newly MOP projects.
Yes.
Okay.
Good thing is, thank God, there were not like many high floor listings. A lot of them were low floor. So like below 10 floor. But the thing is, their asking is very, very cheap. Their asking is like about 1 M.
The other listings were around the 1 million
were about
price
1 million.
range.
Yeah, they are about 6 to 7 floor lah.
Yeah.
Yeah, ours is on the 21st floor.
Yeah.
And we're asking for 1.2. Which is not...
But 200K above the other listings.
Correct. Which is, technically speaking, is not impossible because it has been transacted before.
Yes.
It's just that 1 week is a very tight timeline.
Yes.
Yeah.
But
so guess how many enquiries we got?
We already revealed. You know what? Guess we already said it. It's 1 week, one viewing, one.
Yes, correct. So we had enquiries. We had like 4 enquiries.
Yeah.
But only one enquiry could make it down for that week, that viewing on that Saturday lah.
Yeah.
And
That's sick, man.
this buyer's profile was a PR family.
Yes.
Okay, the thing is, their HFE wasn't approved
Wow.
because they were PR.
Yeah.
Right? But their it's really quite crazy. So you see, their HFE is not approved because they haven't applied.
Yes.
Because PRs, you need to stay in Singapore for 3 years before you can apply for HFE. And their 3-year mark is actually 1 day after the viewing.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So they can only apply for the HFE on Monday. They came down on Saturday. They can only apply on Monday because HDB won't entertain you on
we
Sunday.
needed to have an offer by Tuesday or Wednesday.
Yes, max Wednesday.
Yep.
Okay. So I was like, wow, the HFE is not even approved, right? I thought, oh, wow, very difficult. This buyer, no chance.
Yeah.
But the thing is, when they came down, I spoke to them. They really liked the unit.
Yeah.
They really liked the unit. Although, of course, there were like some of the objections that we faced.
So, this unit's price was 1.2 million.
Yes.
The others were at 1 million.
Yes.
So, first, what's the objections that we knew we were going to face? And how did we, and what's the USP of this listing compared to the other listing that we actually conveyed or like highlighted to the buyers?
Okay, so the thing is, this one is on the high floor. So there's no competition. We cannot compare with the low floor units.
Yeah.
They're cheaper, yes, but it's a completely different product.
Yeah.
Okay, our 24th floor unit, right? One of the objections that we face is there is West Sun. Yeah, but of course I shared with them, the owners actually did the solar film the windows. So you actually, when you come in, you don't really feel the heat.
Yes.
But most importantly is the view.
Yes.
So let's say if you want an unblocked view, right? You choose lah. Maybe you have a little bit West Sun lah.
Yes.
If you don't want the West Sun unit, then you probably won't get an unblocked view.
Yes.
Yeah. So that was my main selling point. It was a very, very nice view.
Yes.
And then of course the renovation, it was also very. They had like epoxy resin on the flooring.
Yeah.
Which is very, very unique. Yeah. And it was quite well maintained lah, the unit. Yeah. So it's like move-in condition. So I had to sell them all these points lah.
Yes, definitely. I think every unit has their own USP.
Yes.
And our role or
as a salesperson,
as our client's agent
Yeah.
is to find that USP and highlight this to the buyers so that they can see the value of the home. And I think that was what you did well, is that first you understood what were the other listings going for, which are the floor levels, so that when buyers come, you're clear why my unit compared to this other listings.
Yes, correct.
And for the renovation that was also done, and also the unblocked view, even with the West Sun, you also highlighted the solution to the buyer that, hey, yes, we have a West Sun, but you do get unblocked views, and solar film has also been done up for this unit.
Yes.
And recently, was also another West Sun unit, direct West Sun facing. And the owners have done up solar film. So actually with solar films, West Sun units is not that bad.
Not that bad. It's really not that bad. Yeah.
If you want an unblocked view, it's really, I mean, you have to sacrifice something. Like you have to sacrifice either you want a low floor with blocked views.
Yes.
Maybe West Sun is not as bad.
Yes.
Or you want something on a high floor, unblocked views, select West Sun. Not too bad because solar films has been done.
Yes. Yeah. So something has to give lah. I mean, if you really want like no West Sun, then unblocked view, then won't be this price lah.
Yes.
Right.
With 1.5 million.
Yeah. So anyway, the crucial thing is because their HFE is not approved, right?
Yeah.
So, and I only have one inquiry. I only have one buyer that came.
Yes.
This buyer is keen.
Yes.
But got no HFE.
Yes.
How am I supposed to?
Very precious buyer.
Yeah, so she said I managed to get an offer out of her, but the thing is there's no HFE. So for HDB, right, it's not like private where you can do up a private agreement, and say, okay, let's hold this unit for you. HDB cannot. You don't have HFE, you cannot make an offer. I cannot issue your OTP, regardless. Yeah. So she wanted to make an offer. I said, it really cannot. But what I did for her, right? This buyer, thankfully, she's also an agent herself. Okay, so she pretty much knows the laws in Singapore lah. So on Monday, the moment she's sort of like qualified, right, to apply for HFE, she went to apply, and I told her, you just call HDB to ask them to expedite. Yeah, and thank God, HDB came back on Tuesday to approve her HFE.
Nice. So
it
within
was
a day.
crazy. So they made an offer on Tuesday.
So they came on Saturday.
Yeah.
They applied for HDB on Monday, and they called HDB and expedited, and it got approved by Tuesday.
On Tuesday.
Wow.
So I called my colleague. I said, when is the latest we can get an offer? He said, by Wednesday, max. So I said, okay. So I went to talk to this buyer. We managed to get them to make an offer.
Yeah.
And the offer price was okay. Actually, it was okay.
It was decent.
It was decent.
Yeah.
It was decent enough for the seller to move on. It was 1.18 million with 3 months extension. Of course, like to me, I feel that if I'm given more time, I could have achieved a better price.
Yes.
I don't think I would have sold it below 1.2 lah. But the thing is, this is not my unit right? My sellers, they want to move on.
Yes.
So I had to present the offer.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes the thing is we have to also think from the client's perspective.
Yes.
First, what is their main objective of selling this place? And yes, maybe you can push for another 10 to 20K.
Yes.
Or even like maybe 30K. But if they miss this window, they're not going to be able to move on to their next purchase.
Yes.
And that's an opportunity cost that you may not even get another unit at that price point anymore.
And that opportunity cost might be even more than this 20, 30K.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the opportunity cost is going to be more than this 20, 30K.
Yeah.
And sometimes we know that there are some sellers out there who want to hold on to their pricing so firmly. But what they forget about is that they're missing out on the buy side.
Yes.
Which is much more important than holding on to this another 20, 30K.
Yes.
Because once you miss out, you really don't know when the next good one is going to come.
Opportunity will come, yes.
Yeah. So I think it's good that, you actually presented this offer to the seller. And we still managed to fight for actually a higher price.
Higher price, yeah.
Yeah.
So of course, I presented the offer.
Yeah.
And I said, this is the offer lah. I said, of course, if given more time, I would love to get a higher price for you.
Yes.
But the thing is, we don't have time.
We only have one day.
Yeah, we really don't
Only
have time.
one day.
So I presented to them all the different options.
Yes.
It's either we take this offer, then we can move on.
Yes.
We can go into your SPRINGLEAF residence lah. Or if not, we just wait lor. We miss out this one, then we wait for a higher offer.
Yes.
Yeah. But what I did was I told them I said, okay, let me go and negotiate with the buyer to see if I can get a better price for you. So what I did was initially it was 1.18 with 3 months extension, right? I went back to her and asked her to give me her best price. So she gave me 1.19 with no extension. Yeah, but after that I talked to her, pushed her a little bit, I managed to get 1.19 with 1 month extension. Yeah.
So another additional 10K for the owners.
Yes, 10K plus 1 month free rental.
Free extension.
Yeah.
Okay, that's great because it's additional 10K for the owner.
Yeah.
And then the good thing is they also managed to move on to their buy side.
Yes, and they managed to go into SPRINGLEAF.
And it's really crazy because if you had not called and pushed the buyer to apply for the HFE and made them call HDB to expedite this, this would not have happened.
Yes.
The owner would have missed out on their bulk purchase for the SPRINGLEAF residence unit.
Correct.
And that has saved them so much more than, holding on to this for another 20, 30K.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
I think one of the lessons that I learned here also is, I understand that there are sometimes, right, when we check in with buyers, right, before they come for viewing, I always ask whether you got your HFE approved and stuff.
Yes.
So if they don't have, right, usually, because we will usually, as agents we
help
will
to filter the buyers for the owners.
Yes, we will usually try to filter. We'll say once it's approved, then we let you view.
Yeah.
But the thing is, because for this case, I was quite fortunate.
Yes.
I mean, initially there was supposed to be like 2 viewings. One of them cancelled.
Yeah.
But because I knew this person don't have a HFE approved, right?
Yes.
I just wanted to bring both buyers down at the same time to create like demand for the unit.
To show demand for the unit.
End up the other buyer pulled out.
Oh.
So that's why I left this person with no HFE approved one that came in.
Yes.
But the thing is, fortunately, right? It was like a case where she can get it approved in 1 day.
Yes.
But a lot of times we as agents, right, we will try to filter it out. Like people who don't have HFE, who are not qualified to purchase. But in this case, I would say if you have a very, very short period of time, right, I think the
just
pro
give
tip
it a
is,
chance.
the
Give
pro
it a
tip is
chance.
don't anyhow filter. Because number one, price is very high, enquiries are not a lot. So just grab whatever you can because you never know whether these buyers can actually be qualified in 1 day.
Because if we did not open up this viewing for this buyer, this entire sale plus purchase transaction would not have happened for this client.
Yes.
For him to really move on to something that can yield him a much better return.
Yes. And he really wants that development. He really wants it.
And he managed to get into the bulk purchase, which is crazy.
Yeah.
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 So within 1 week, if we had not pushed, it would not have happened. So with all that was done, looking back, what was the one key learning point for this unit for sellers and agents out there?
I think for agents, I shared already, right?
Yep.
Agents, I shared already. For sellers, I would say, I mean, all sellers, I'm a seller myself also. I mean, we all want a high price, but I think more importantly, right, we need to know what is a realistic price and what is a fair amount. And let's say if we have a timeline, if we don't really have a timeline to sell, sure, let's challenge for a high price.
Yeah.
But of course, if we have a timeline to sell, I think it's more important to see what we will miss out later on if we don't move now.
Yes.
Yeah, so we need to understand the opportunity cost lah. And this is something, sometimes as sellers, we are quite clouded. We cannot really see.
Yes.
But it'd be nice if an agent can point it out to you.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I think it's like what you mentioned. I think it's great that, whenever as agents ourselves, sometimes some clients, it's not that they don't want to take it, but it's because they don't know what's the direction for them.
Correct. Yeah.
So as agents, we need to, we need to be like consultants, and we need to give this direction for the client. If let's say we miss out on this, opportunity, what are we going to miss out on for the buy side?
Yes.
And if we don't take this, what is it going to look like?
Yes.
So this is the direction that clients need from us.
Yep.
And also for sellers, it's good to review a portfolio because in this case, this client has already met his MOP. He has already profited quite a bit from his HDB, and now he's finally able to progress in his asset progression journey, and it's a crazy opportunity on the buy side lah.
Yeah.
Okay, so key takeaway from this episode today is if you're a seller and you have already profited from your current property, it's good to always review your portfolio to see what's the next step.
Yeah.
And for agents out there, if you're actually advising a client on their next move, always understand how much their current listing can sell for and what's the sensitive price for them to actually move on to the next purchase. Thank you so much for staying till the end of this episode. For those of you who's looking to make a move and unsure of your next steps, feel free to scan the QR code here below and we'll give you a free valuation report. My name is Geraldine.
My name is Charlie.
Thank you and see you on the next one.
See ya. Bye-bye.
Bye.